Hey everyone, welcome back to my AI prompt series. In this video, we'll be diving into a fresh batch of film and photographic techniques. If you missed the previous videos in this series, I'll link the playlist for you on the screen. Just like last time, all of these images were generated with Midjourney V6, but you can experiment with these styles in whichever AI image tool you prefer. Our subjects will remain the same as in the previous video, and our prompt structure follows the formula of subject, style, with an aspect ratio of 2:3 and the seed number of 1111 for reproducibility. You don't need to include a seed number in your own prompts, but I'm using it to ensure consistent results in this video series. To learn more about seed number, check out the link in the description below. Alright, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's explore these film and photographic styles. Starting with Fuji Velvia film. This photographic film is known for its vivid colors and high saturation. It was introduced in the 90s and became popular among landscape photographers for its ability to capture lush, vibrant colors. If you've watched previous videos in this series, you might notice that these images have less of a vintage vibe to them compared to the other film types, and instead have much higher contrast and bolder colors. All of our adventure cats appear to be on expeditions in the mountains, although that one in the lower left looks like it could use some extra help with that backpack. The home interior images have great contrast and rich colors, and we have some nice eerie ghost images with steam and smoke. Overall, I think this is a solid, versatile film type to use in photographic prompts. Light leaks and lens flares. These are optical artifacts that occur when unwanted light enters the camera's lens or body. Although generally considered a flaw, a lot of photographers like this look for its artistic and nostalgic qualities. In these images, you'll get colorful streaks, glows, and bokeh that add a dreamy, ethereal feel. A common theme in these photos is that we're basically looking into the sun, so most of these subjects are backlit. There's also some different camera angles used in the apartment building results that aren't common in results for some of our other style prompts. I love the cat in the lower right with its glowing eyes, and there are some strong light rays and lens flares in the home interior images. And both the home interior and ghost images also have a slightly washed out and faded look to them. Pinhole camera photo. A pinhole camera is a simple device with a tiny aperture instead of a lens, and it creates images with a unique soft focus and infinite depth of field. A pinhole camera produces black and white photos, and Midjourney generally picks up on that. The image results here all seem to have a sense of motion to them as well. Our street-style photos on the left look like they were taken as she was moving. Many of the images also have kind of a zoom blur effect and vignetting around the edges and corners. The camera angles for many of these results are really wide as well, almost bordering on fisheye lens. The cat in the lower left looks like it's taking a selfie, and I just really like the motion and different perspective that this style brings to the results. Now, if you don't like the black and white, you can prompt for color pinhole camera photo instead. Kinemacolor film. Kinemacolor was one of the earliest successful color motion picture processes. Introduced in 1908, it captured color by exposing alternating frames through red and green filters. When projected at higher speeds, the alternating red and green frames blended together to create a crude but effective color image. These Midjourney results are certainly more colorful than the Kinemacolor film in real life, but they have a unique look to them, especially the summer festival images. They almost look like snapshots from early color films. The results on our other three prompts, however, were a bit of a surprise to me. They all contain dark, rich colors and deep contrast, which doesn't really follow what I expected from using Kinemacolor film. I love the steampunk look of the cat in the lower right, that curved staircase in the upper right home interior image, and the eerie, almost film negative look to the ghost images. If you truly want Kinemacolor film as a style, you might have to add more descriptive words in your prompt to get there. Or you can try using a Kinemacolor style image as a style reference. I'll link my video on how to do that. Amber type. Amber type photos come from an early photographic process developed in the 1850s that produces images on glass plates. By using amber type in your images, you'll get old 19th century looking images with interesting contrast and a sometimes eerie and ghostly appearance. The images are often black and white or have a brown tint to them. You can see how using amber type in the prompt also affects the style of dress in the street style and summer festival results, and the older architecture of the apartment buildings. Many of the images also have a rough, distressed looking border and other artifacts that make them look like antique photos. The amber type results here are similar to what we got with daguerreotype in the first video in this series, but daguerreotypes had a little bit more color variation and the dress style was more consistently old-fashioned. And if for whatever reason you don't like the word amber type, you can also use tin type. Tintypes were developed around the same time as ambrotypes and produce very similar results to what we got here. Hyperspectral imaging. This is an imaging technique that is often used in scientific and remote sensing applications to analyze materials and identify objects based on their unique spectral signatures. It goes beyond the visible spectrum by capturing data across a wide range of wavelengths, including infrared and ultraviolet. As you can see, this is an extremely colorful style, often producing a rainbow of colors in the images. This style is going to work best with landscapes and structures such as buildings because those are the most common subjects for hyperspectral images. Summer Festival is probably too vague of a subject for this style, but I do really like the abstract image that it generated in the lower right. With our other three subjects, the home interior results most closely followed the real-life style of hyperspectral images. Midjourney seemed to completely ignore hyperspectral imaging for the ghost drinking coffee, but if I use the phrase colorful hyperspectral imaging instead, it nudges it closer to the intended style. X-ray image. X-ray imaging is a powerful tool that allows us to see beyond the visible surface and into the internal structure of objects. If you've ever broken a bone, you're probably very familiar with this. X-ray images have a stark, high contrast appearance with a distinct color palette ranging from whites and grays to blues and greens. It's a really impactful style phrase to use and works fairly well across a variety of subjects, but it will definitely work better if there's a living creature in the image. The Summer Festival image in the upper right is great with the X-rayed crowd of people. I love how with the cat results, Midjourney X-rayed the cat from the neck down and then left its head alone. And the home interior results had me laughing out loud the first time that I saw them. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a poetic response from Midjourney, but that definitely doesn't look like the home interior that I expected. And then we've got some nice skeleton-looking ghosts drinking coffee. So this is a really fun one to try out. Diffusion filter. A diffusion filter is a camera lens filter that softens and spreads light, creating a dreamy effect with a gentle glow and reduced contrast. The lighting is a bit softer in all of these images. I really like the apartment building results and the dreamy motion of the upper right Summer Festival image. The cat on the bike in the lower left is great, and it looks like we got some fiery light trails and smoke with the black cat in the lower right. The diffused light is nice in the home interior images, especially the ones in the upper right and lower right. I think diffusion filter here is a pretty subtle effect. If you want a stronger diffused effect, you can try adding other words and phrases to your prompts, such as soft light and glow, or dreamy soft diffused light. Next up is Polaroid photo. Polaroid cameras are famous for their instant film that develops before your eyes, often with a distinctive white border. Polaroid photos have a unique aesthetic with slightly muted colors and a warm, almost vintage feel. I think Midjourney captures that pretty well with all of these images. The street style images look like model-esque vintage snapshots, and the Summer Festival images look spontaneous and nostalgic. I think I have a new favorite cat image, that little guy in the upper right with the blue tinted glasses, and the adventure cat in the lower left is also pretty great. The home interior images all have a great vintage look to them, and all of our ghosts are sitting at tables with tablecloths. Using Polaroid photo in your prompts definitely gives a unique look to these images and also influences the style of the objects contained within those images. Next, we have a fun one, knolling photo. Knolling is the process of arranging related objects as a way to study and appreciate their forms and relationships. Knolling photos have a clean, structured aesthetic with a focus on pattern and organization. Using knolling photo in your prompts is going to work best if you're prompting for a subject that has a lot of objects that could be placed onto a surface. I love the results from the street style photos and that Midjourney placed the woman lying down surrounded by cameras and bags. Understandably, Midjourney had a hard time making a knolling photo of an apartment building, but the resulting geometry is interesting. And the Summer Festival images mostly contain food items as if Midjourney treated the Summer Festival more like a picnic. The adventure cat photos are similar to the street style photos, but it looks like we have more hiking and camping equipment surrounding each cat. Midjourney struggled a little bit with home interior, but it tried to do a top-down view in a few of the images. And it really didn't know how to turn a ghost drinking coffee into a knolling photo. I tried a few different prompts with the ghost, and the closest I was able to get was knolling photo of a ghost and coffee. I had to take out the word drinking because once that action word is in there, it's directly competing with the concept of a knolling photo. Photo montage. A photo montage is a composite image made by combining multiple photographic elements into a single artwork. The effect is somewhat similar to using double exposure, which is one of the prompts I covered in the last video. Photo montages have a more layered look to them compared to double exposure images. Double exposures also tend to have more negative or white space. I love the look of these photo montage results, and the different layers that are combined in each image are really different than what we've seen in some of the other styles. The summer festival results are incredibly diverse, and I really like the one in the lower right that looks like a colorful vintage collage. And can we just take a moment to appreciate these Adventure Cat results? They don't look like photo montages at all, but I still really like them. Most of the home interior images have a messy, grungy look. My favorite is that one in the lower right, which is quite different from the other three. And like the cat results, our ghost images don't look like photo montages. If this happens to you, you can try specifying what you want the layers of the image to be. For example, a photo montage where the bottom image layer is a chic coffee cafe, and the top image is a ghost drinking coffee. Well, I hope exploring these different styles has inspired you to try out some new Midjourney prompts. Let me know down in the comments which styles were your favorites and if you have any styles that you'd like to see in a future video. And before you go, I have a little surprise. I created a free PDF download with the images and prompts from this video, as well as the 2 previous videos in this series. I'll leave a link to it in the description. As always, please be sure to like, subscribe, all the things. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.